And now to look at racing, and Max Presnell joins us. Max, being the very small punter that I made a little flutter yesterday with Beedman on He's a Bull at Rosehill Gardens, probably should have stayed with him for most of the afternoon.
You can say that again, mate. He's a Bullet, scored well, but Darren Beedman was the man at Rosehill, and it's quite incredible, really, because he was involved in a nasty incident in the barrier stalls at Randwick on Friday. Could well have broken a rib or broken an arm, was hauled out of a very dicey situation by barrier attendants who are probably the unsung heroes in racing.
Well, the day before, did you enjoy the big day at Randwick for Australia Day?
Yes, well, I normally enjoy days at the races, particularly when I win.
OK, do you want to take us through now the Australia Stakes?
Yes, well, firstly, we'll go on Friday to Moonee Valley, which is the Australia Stakes, and I would like you to note the performance here of Strategic.
2 lengths further back is Strategic, about 6 or 7 lengths off them, and a length last of all is Pride of Rancho. It's Brawny Spirit at the 600 metre mark. High balling out in front by 3 lengths to Sequalo. 1.5 races.
Here comes Strategic in the pink colours on the outside.
Travelling home well. Further back in the race, Rancho's Coup, Poetic King and Pride of Rancho at the 400, and it's Brawny Spirit, 1.5 Sequalo, and Strategic starting to join in quickly. 2 lengths further back, Races Edge, 4th from Poetic King. Up to the bend, Brawny Spirit a half length in front of Strategic.
Who is cantering?
The centre under pressure, they're rolling out, and Races Edge has got the rails run at the 200 metre mark. They straighten Strategic out wide. Race to Brawny Spirit from Races Edge, but the 3-year-old explodes away. Strategic, he's home and hose, 3 in front. Rancho Scooter second from Brawny Spirit, all Strategic by 3. Rancho Scooter second, Brawny Spirit third.
Certainly the field wasn't a team of world beaters, David, but nevertheless it was the manner with which Strategic beat them. And I do think Strategic is going to go on to better things. When I say better things, he's been a pretty handy horse up to date. Bring on our Masqué, because I do think that Strategic in his current form will be more than a worthy rival.
Battle Royale looming there between those two.
Certainly is, and certainly our Masqué had the edge in the spring, but I don't know about the autumn. You know Strategic is back, you know he's very good. Now our Masqué, who's had a lot of hard racing, he's got to come back. He's got to touch a freak too, but you just saw how good Strategic is.
Your thoughts on the Challenge Stakes?
The Challenge Stakes was won by a very fit horse, a very well-trained horse in Legal Agent, but note the run of Light Up the World.
And racing, Dancing Dynamite got away well, Evulsion got away quickly, and out wide Krista got away very quickly. Light Up the World and Circle the Globe are also making ground in the early stages at Krista, who's going very fast early on. Circle the Globe going up with them. Bulldog
the winner of the
diving
McLeod,
through, and so too is Legal Agent, a break in the field behind these Outlands. Then comes Dancing Dynamite. Light Up the World is behind these with your Rimbler March here, and Classy Fella is back at the tail of the field. 500 metres to travel in the Challenge, and on the inside it's Legal Agent, the leader. On its outside,
it's on the inside, Legal Agent, and that is a point, having a beautiful run. Now right on the extreme outside is Light Up the World in the well-known Tommy Smith colours, the blue and the green.
Dancing Dynamite coming home, getting behind a group of runners are looking for a way out as March Hare down the outside. Light Up the World and Classy Fella as they come past the 200. Legal Agent is still the leader. Krista's into second position, and down the outside is Light Up the World, but it's all Legal Agent, and Legal Agent has dashed away from them. Who's going to come away and brilliantly win the Tooheys Challenge Stakes. Legal Agent first, Light Up the World second, then Krista Outlands, March Hare behind these Dancing Dynamite, Garimbler, then Classy Fella.
The point of that race was Legal Agent had a beautiful run, as I said before, very well trained horse, right at the peak of his form, whereas Light Up the World had to travel wide. I could bag the Shane Dye ride, I'm not. I think it was a bad barrier, a wideish barrier that brought about the amount of ground that Light Up the World had to travel, but that was the key issue. But I don't want to take anything away from Legal Agent, but then I'm not going to bag Light Up the World, and I do think that run was indicative to say that she's getting back to somewhere near her top form.
And the action yesterday from Rosehill?
Another interesting day's racing. Of course, a couple of slipper fancies went down the drain, but nevertheless, this race, the second event at Rosehill, was a very interesting one. There were 5 runners, all making their debut, and 3 horses who are above average.
Roaring Success, keen to run about a length on Authoritarian. Third on the rails, the Hot Pot Accomplice, followed by Marginal Dancer, and last of all is
like Roaring Success, the leader, has his ears pricked here, which is a very bad sign for those behind him. Now, note the little bumping duel between Grant Cooksley in the pink, that's Accomplice, and on the outside Authoritarian. Now, Cooksley's going to try and get out again. He isn't really going all that well enough to bump Beedman out of the way, but it was Roaring Success's day. And these three place getters are going to get better.
Roaring Success, a length and...
Authoritarian was galloped on, so you can overlook that. Roaring Success looked big, and Accomplice. I'm going to make Accomplice a horse to watch. He was very disappointing yesterday, David, but looked burly, to say the least. He wasn't the right Accomplice. I think you'll see a better Accomplice in future.
OK, and your final bit of action for the day?
Street Talk from Sandown. Now, the point with Street Talk and Sandown yesterday is the rail was out, and I do think it favoured front runners. Better horses were beaten by Street Talk yesterday. I refer to Stork and also Flying Spur, but to Sandown and the action.
Length exclusive Halo Martago on the inside. Sweet Delight going up 3 wide, and then Big Zoffany. Flying Spur edging a bit closer 3 deep. Starrack out to second last and Stork last. Street Talk round the bend. Skip
just let her canter in front, and of course she's had a run under her belt, and she is a fast horse. There is a bit of doubt about her, or was a bit of doubt about her getting the 1200 metres, but you let a speed horse like that canter in front do it so easy, they'll get it.
And Stork on the outside. Street Talk at the 100. She's still got 3 lengths. Flying Spur and extender Stork on the outside. Street Talk still a length in front. Flying Spur won't make it. Street Talk and neck Flying Spur. Stork third on the outside.
I've made Stork a horse to follow, not because I think his run was any better than Flying Spur yesterday, but because I think he'll get better as his distances are extended. He's a very promising horse. Flying Spur showed that he's on the way back. It was the track conditions at Sandown more than anything else that saw them beaten yesterday.
Well, Max, I've got a little bit invested in the pocket here after yesterday with He's a Ball. Now, I'm going to watch you very closely over the next few weeks with your Black Book special. So what can you come up with?
Well, see, the beautiful part about you is, David, you've got plenty. And that's a great Accomplice, as I said, disappointing yesterday, will do better. Strategic, but I want the big guns against Strategic. I don't want to be taking 6 to 4 on. I want our Mayskay, and I do think that Stork will be a good gamble when he gets over longer journeys than the 1200 metres.
Just briefly, we're going to be talking rugby league pretty soon, but you're an old South Sydney supporter. The game in disarray at the moment?
Well, it just ain't the same.
I think you've summed it up, Max. We look forward to your company next week.
I'll be here.
OK, Max Presnell joining us with a look at racing. We'll take a break. More of Sportsworld to come. You're watching the 7 Network.
On Sportsworld next week, we'll meet Nicole Andronicus, Australia's top female pentathlete, who's now turning to the track.
I'm Nikki Andronicus, and if I'm not running, swimming, fencing, shooting or show jumping, I'm watching Sportsworld.
We'll also find out the driving force behind Scud. But stick around, there's plenty more to come. And next we have an exclusive interview with Linford Christie.
Prime local news.